on both platforms, but I don't know. My preferred platform is I've I love Instagram. I love Instagram. Okay, I'm live on Facebook now. All righty. Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope you had an amazing day. I hope you had a fabulous day. My day started after five, after five, no, after six today, after six today. Um, and so I've had a very long day, but very productive. Um, I feel accomplished. You know, when you have those days and you feel really accomplished, like, yes. But I'm looking forward to rest this weekend. This evening, I am speaking to you on the topic of I'm asking you a question. Is your, I see my friend there. Hey, um, is your relationship with money stunting your growth? Oh boy, I forgot. I hope this works on Facebook. I forgot to connect directly to my internet, you guys. I forgot to connect to my internet. Oh my goodness. Um, give me 1 minute. 1 minute. You guys, this is a whole production going on here. This is a whole production. If you ever have to go live stream from your computer, you want to get you, I don't know what they're called, right? You want to get you one of these, right? One of these. Um, I think it's a USB thingamajiggy, and you want to get a cord that leads to your modem. Otherwise, what can happen is, or um, if you don't have really strong internet, um, or even if you do, what I've found that if I go live stream, um, without connecting on my laptop, sometimes it fails and so forth. So I've increased my bandwidth, but I always make sure I connect. And I was so excited about being online with you and sharing with you that I forgot to do that. So just FYI, if you ever have to go, what do you say, hardwire the internet? Yes, that's it. Listen, my forte is coaching, okay, leadership coaching. My forte is HR, hospitality. Yeah. But thank you. Yeah, you gotta hardwire it. So this is just for those of you who have businesses that at some point you're gonna get on the internet, you need to have that. But thank you for joining me, right? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your patience. Um, so let's jump into it. And so I want to talk to you about your relationship with money. And I'm asking you, is it stunting your growth? So, what does that have to do with your money has to do with your growth? So, you may have the mindset, or some people may have the mindset that they can't spend money right now on themselves. They can't spend money right now. Um, that it's a waste of money when it comes to their development, right? And their growth. It's a waste of money, and they could learn from YouTube, right? And so, as a new manager, and I forgot to introduce myself, so let me just jump back. My name is Waveney, and if you're new here, I am a leadership coach. I help new managers develop leadership influence by mastering their relationships at work and leveraging their communication skills. And if you tuned in at the time when I said my forte is in HR, I do have a background in HR. I've been doing HR for about maybe 16, 17 years, who's counting. And I've been in hospitality. I have a hospitality background for about 18 years. And but I love growth and development. I love it for myself and I love it for others. And I want to help and contribute to this world by coaching others and helping people to be their best. And I do that by coaching new managers. And so, again, if you back to the topic, if you're thinking you can't spend the money right now, or it's a waste of money to spend on yourself for your growth and development, maybe you've been looking at me for a while, you are a new manager, you need the help, um, you've been struggling, you've been frustrated, you don't know what you don't know, um, you're meeting a lot of resistance. You're getting a lot of resistance from, the team. You don't know how the relationship with your boss has changed from since you became a new manager, and you just you don't know what to do. You're binging on the people's brand. You're binging on my YouTube, you're binging on the videos, you're binging on the content, which is great, but how far can binging take you, right? And you're thinking to yourself, you don't have the money right now. And sometimes it is that we really don't have the money right now, but sometimes that's our default response to things. Oh, I don't have the money right now. Or if we say in the Caribbean, I'm broke, right? I'm broke. I don't have the money. But sometimes we find money for what we want to find money for. And then there's some, and I've had that. Someone said to me, listen, I could go on YouTube. There are all these free 99 YouTube videos that I could jump on for free, and learn for free, and that may be so. Or you may just decide, listen, you then have courses out there for that's saying the same thing like you, for 20 US dollars. Um, in my currency, that's $54 around there, right? And you may be saying, listen, I could learn this, or I could look at your video and learn this, but how is that helping you? And we at times are afraid. We are afraid to invest in something that we can't see upfront. We would rather invest in maybe buying a brand new car, something tangible, buying a brand new car. For us females, we want to get our hair done. If you wear weaves, I don't. We want to buy a piece of jewelry. um, we want to buy whatever. We want to invest in things that we can see. And all the while we neglect our development. Well, you could only be as successful as the level that you invest in yourself, right? Um, or we just decide that, hey, things are gonna get better. I'm going to learn from experience, but sometimes experience is costly. It is costly. Last week I spoke about imitation, right? Imitating people. I will decide, listen, I'm just going to imitate when this person says something like this, or when they have this particular body language, they do this, then they get that reaction. And what I said in that live stream is, you are imitating the action but not the formula. How are you going to get that formula? Do you really want to spend a lot of time trying to learn something when you could be so far ahead? And yes, you might say, you know, leadership, you learn by experience and you learn by doing. And I would tell you, yes, but there's a formula, there are hacks, there are ways to be efficient. I don't like the word shortcut, but if you want to insert that, you know, and you're delaying that by not investing in yourself. So, whenever you invest in yourself, though, I want you to consider this. Whenever you invest in yourself, your value goes up. You don't have the same value, you don't have the same value, okay? Because you would have gained um, knowledge and experience. So, you're not the same person. Granted, if you're not walking away just unchanged, but when you invest, your value goes up. You're able then to be confident. Have you ever um, been confident about something, speaking about something, or taking a class and then going ahead and being more confident? If you look at yourself, taking any class, it could be an hour training or whatever, you walk away with a different sense of confidence, a different sense of competence. So your value goes up. When you invest in yourself, you position yourself to earn more because your value goes up. You now can negotiate and you position yourself to learn more. Okay. You can now update your resume. You can now, outside of updating your resume, you can now implement the things that you learn. And by implementing the things that you learn and getting the successful results, your competence increases. And when your competence increases, your confidence increases. And you can, like I tell people, I feel very confident all things HR. Have been doing it for a while. I There are situations, I'm still in my 9 to 5, but there are situations that pop up that I have never new situations that I've never dealt with, but I am confident. And I'm not confident because, you know, just like that. I'm confident because I know I have the tools. I know I have the resources. I know from my past experiences and from expertise that I am able to figure it out. So a situation might be new, but because of my increased competence, knowledge, skills, and abilities, I'm able to say, you know what, this is a new situation. Let me see what angle um, I should approach this. And I'm confident in that, right? So you position yourself to earn more. And you know, when you invest in yourself as well, your competence increases, your your value goes up, the morale of your team goes up because now you're implementing what you've learned. So the people around you, not just you, but the people around you feel that investment, right? So I had, and let me give you you get the tools and the strategies. So let me give you an example. I had a client that found out um, her male counterpart was being paid more than she was. And she was very, very livid, right? Now, most people, or some people, they would do one out of the two things. They would shut down, and I've seen this in different situations. They would shut down, they would get all passive aggressive, they would hold it all in because they would be afraid to speak up. They would, they would pull back on their work. People do that, right? Or they would approach the situation like in an emotional state. Okay? Bear with me. Where am I going with this? But she was my client. She invested in herself. And she learned that But if you go in with guns blazing, it would do you no good. So we devised a strategy as to how she would communicate um, about this, this information that had come to her. And I guess what I'm trying to say is if you don't invest in yourself, you don't have the tools. Because if she had gone in, then she would have been very emotional. It could have gone very badly for her. But she went in, she utilized the tools and the strategies. And out of that, I kid you not, she got a promotion. She got a promotion. So there is um what do you call it? It makes sense to invest in yourself. It makes sense to invest in yourself. Let me move forward my notes. You cannot lose. You can't lose when you invest in education and learning. You cannot lose. You are a seed. You're planting into your life. You're sowing. For those of you who are spiritual like me, you're sowing into your life. It's the same thing where we could take anything. It's the same concept. What you focus on goes, right? If you come home every afternoon and you decide that you are just investing in looking at reality TV, I want to see and I want to know what is the quality of your life. You have to invest in yourself. If you are serious about your growth and development, you must have some sort of level of investment in yourself. It's like when people they talk about people playing in the casino, right? Or lotto. You have to spend money to make money kind of concept, right? And you could only get so far based on your level of investment with yourself. So, what is the ROI of investing in you, right? And I want to ask yourself this question: why are you afraid to invest in yourself, to bet on you? Why are you afraid to? Why do you see it? Are you seeing it as wasting money? Taking that course, getting your competence up. What is the ROI, return on investment, in investing in yourself? So the ROI is this: you become more marketable. People want good leaders, people want to work with the best people. I don't know of any company who want bad leaders. Even those organizations that may appear toxic or what have you, people want to work with good people. Organizations and the teams, they want good people. They want competent people. Nobody wants to spend the time um, with managing the poor performance of leaders. It's a whole lot of time that could be spent doing something else, right? So you want to make yourself more marketable, especially now in this coming out of this pandemic. The other ROI is that you get confident in your role. You get confident, and nothing beats confidence. When you are confident about it, your walk is different. You show up differently. Your head is high and your shoulders are back, and it's different. And you want that. Who wouldn't want to be confident? The other thing is you get results. When you invest in yourself, when you invest in your learning, you get results. And getting results is good for your confidence, it's good for your um, brand, your personal brand. It's good for your reputation, is what I'm trying to say. It's good for your leadership reputation because then you are seen and known as someone who gets results and who gets things done. But if you want to be looking at scouring through YouTube videos, piecing things together, right? You're learning here, you're learning there, your learning is scattered and not structured, then how are you going to show up? Okay. So the next thing is with your ROI is that your work relationships get better. Being in management is all about learning how to communicate and how to work with people, how to manage people. And people are complex, but there's a formula, there are ways, right? Relationships are the currency that will get you into the doors that you wouldn't normally be in. It's all about, I don't want to say who you know, but how you treat people, how you position yourself. I don't think that anybody who follows the people's brand want to be mediocre. You want to do a great job, right? You don't want that frustration. You want to, there's nothing worse than being in a new position and you have that anxiety. There's an anxiety that comes with being new, right? You're new in the role, you want to do a good job, that's another set of pressure on you. You're new in the job, you want to prove to the people who promoted you that they made the right decision, right? You want to prove to the people on the team that you're competent, especially if you're much younger than them, right? And they're older, they've been there a while. Um, you have anxiety around all these things, and then there's the pressure of, you know, performance pressure. And it's a real thing. So how are you going to do that? If you're not investing in yourself, time, money, how are you how are you gonna show up? How are you showing up? Okay. So my question to you is, can you really afford not to spend the money right now? Right? Can you really afford not to? When this is how your relationship with money affects your growth. If you have that thinking, and I don't know how, you know, like I said before, we pick and choose what to spend money on, right? And in some areas of our lives, we are free flowing, and in other areas of our life, like when it comes to our development, we're like, no, maybe not right now. Um, I have this to do, I have that to do, when we don't think big picture. We don't think big picture. We don't see the end of it, right? And the big picture is the time that you spend upfront on you, growing, developing, learning, upskilling, right? Learning what you need to learn to be successful. It takes away the anxiety and it will serve you in the long run. Because sometimes we after we've, you know, put our heads after, as we say in the Caribbean, after we've gotten our knockabout, you know, we've been tossed to and fro, after we've already done damage to our work relationships. Our people don't trust us because we can't communicate well with them, we don't communicate well with them, and they don't trust us anymore. Our bosses don't trust us because we're not delivering. Every minute there's some people issue, and people are bypassing you and going straight to the person you report to. There's some issue, whether you are overdoing it or not doing it enough. Sometimes our reputation is already damaged, and by the time we try to get the help that we should have gotten upfront, it is too late. It is too late because our reputation is gone and the trust is gone. Trust is important in a leadership position. The people have to trust you. They have to know that you have their best interest at heart, right? Last night I spoke about understanding your role. Let's see what the topic was last night. I have it Is your attitude contagious? I asked the question. What do you think your role is? If you don't know what your role is, then you're going to be spending a lot of time trying to out fires that, you could have, that really, if you spent the time to invest in yourself, you wouldn't need to focus on those things. And so, can you really afford not to spend the money on yourself? Can you really afford not to invest in your development and your education as a leader, especially in these times, right? In my Communicate to Influence program, I mentioned on Monday, we walked through 6 modules, we worked together for 90 days. And I mentioned to you before, you're working with me, somebody who has been where you are. I've been in management from, I don't know, for a very long time, maybe 16 years, about the same time, maybe a little bit less, but a very long time, so long that I can't remember. It's somewhere on my in one of my, I think it's on my website, but you are working with me one on one, and I love the one on one because then we can speak and we can coach. We have a structure. The modules provide the structure, but then we can really work together on your specific situation. That's why I love the one on one. It's personalized, right? Personalized coaching for you. But your relationship is money with money. How you think about your money, how you think about spending your money is really stunting your growth, right? Really stunting your growth. And so you can't you have to, I would encourage you to really think about that. Like, one of the ways, what I would suggest is that you set quarterly learning goals. At the end of the year, you set learning goals for the following year, right? It's almost like being a doctor and never upskilling, right? I want to believe that the best doctors in the world, they continuously update their education. They have to. Medicine, they're groundbreaking medicine, new things in science coming on stream every day. If you went to school, I don't know, a long time ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, even a year ago, things are changing. Would you want to? Would you feel comfortable going to that person? That doctor? No, you wouldn't, right? Um when I used to, before I went natural, I used to perm my hair. And one of the things I loved about my hairdresser is that she always stayed relevant. Every year she would go to these trade shows, every year she would upskill. Same with you. You're managing people. You're managing people. And so you need to invest in you so that you can be a little better leader, not just for you, but for other people. And it will show in your results, it will show in your engagement. Sometimes you wonder, how does this particular leader get this staff to do certain things? Well, it's because people like them, and because that leader invests in themselves. They invest in themselves. And if you speak to those, their team, is it that everything their leader does they like, or they've never had some sort of conflict, or they have had conflict, but because the leaders have the tools, the communication tools, the tools that help build that relationship, that help build that trust, they are able to, you know, excel. And from your viewpoint, you think that all is just well and dandy, but it's because people invest in themselves. You know, many people are often astounded when leaders tell stories of how they used to be. You know, they used to be this way, or they used to think this way, but now they're doing things differently. Well, why is that? Because that person wants to achieve, they want more for themselves, they've invested in themselves. I can tell you right now, the person that I was, the leader that I was 2, 3 years ago, I am not that person. I've evolved, and that's what you want to do. To be an influential leader, you have to evolve. Um, you have to keep investing in yourself. But if you have a thought process about it's wasting money rather than investing money in you, then your growth will be stunted. Then there will be always something. It has to be important to you. Your development has to be important to you. So this is what I came on here to talk about. Thank you for joining me. So I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to think about if you the idea that you have about money is stunting your development. Okay? Because it just may be. So so if you like the content, um, if you've been following me for a while, you know you need the assistance, you can work with me. Um, in my coaching program, Communicator Influence. That's the only way you can work with me right now, um, in that program. And we work together for 90 days. Schedule your consultation call. And as I mentioned, we do a consultation call. So I can share the expectations. We know if you're the right fit for the program, right? And then we move forward from there to work with you to help you with your development, right? We work with you to help you to become that influential leader. We give you that foundation that you need to be successful. Okay. The information about the class, about the program will be linked below the video if you're on Facebook, and if you're on Instagram, you can just go to the link in the bio and you will see a link for the consultation call if you want to just schedule right away, um, as well as a link to more details about the program, or you can just jump back to Monday and where I give you a bigger overview. So thank you for joining me and have a fabulous evening. I will see you tomorrow, um, where we'll discuss another topic. All right. Thank you. Bye.